next, we have Pierrick from STMicro to give his presentation. Pierrick has been an artificial intelligence solution manager at ST since 2019. He has a master's in engineering, specializing in embedded systems from École Polytechnique, and a master's degree in marketing, economics, and management. He began his career as a hardware product owner on the STM32 series before developing ST's software offering. So, Pierre, I'll turn it to you. So take it away.
Thanks a lot, Chris, for the introduction. So hopefully you can hear me properly and you can see my screen. So today I will talk about how ST is making efficient predictive maintenance solution accessible for all. In other words, we are making Edge AI a reality. So talking about reality, I would like to start with this example of a real product deployed on the field. So as you can see on the picture, this is actually a pump, my boss pump, and my boss is really proud and really happy about this pump because it was one of the best in class when he bought it. It was making its jobs perfectly, so pumping water. The thing is, my boss is living in New York, okay? And a few weeks ago, New York have been hit by a huge storm. And at this exact moment, this pump was not 100% efficient because during previous storm, the pumps collect debris and it's clogged partially the pump. So it resulted in flooding in the basement of my boss. So what can we learn from this? Actually, a great product is not enough. So today, products can and should adapt to their environments to provide meaningful information and to be able to react to unplanned event or condition. So actually, the definition of a good product is changing, and the customer expectation will change also. So to link this new definition of a great product to the previous example, we would like to see tomorrow is like a pump who will be able to send an alert like, hey boss, the pump is partially clogged, so you should check the filter, for example. But this kind of feature can be adapted to any kind of products. For example, the motor by detecting berries issues, or for example, the circuit breaker by allowing to detect some arc faults and to prevent it. But there is a lot of other applications possible. The good part here and the good news is we don't need to add a greedy and expensive component to create this kind of added features. We can make it run on an efficient and cost-effective microcontroller. Because with the ability to process the data locally in real time and a fraction of the cost of the cloud-based solution, with Edge AI it's becoming a key enabler in industrial digitalization. It means that products that incorporate Edge AI will have significant advantage, and they will be able to offer better performances, improve security, and faster response time. As a result, we are convinced that companies that can incorporate Edge AI into their products will be better positioned to succeed in today's increasing competitive markets. Actually, there is some barriers to the adoption of this new great product, to create this new great products. On the business side, AI is not yet a core product competency, but there is also, let's say, some technical barriers such as the lack of data sets, the difficult to access to data scientists, and so on. At ST, we have one goal, which is to make the creation of Edge AI solution simple, rapid, and more cost-effective than any other technology. So we need to adapt our ecosystem accordingly. And as you may know, maybe a brand new STM32 MCUs dedicated for AI will be announced soon. But in addition to the hardware, we need to propose also a software and ecosystem to allow every embedded developer to adopt and to take benefit from this breakthrough technology. Because there is a lot of embedded developers who don't have some AI skills yet, and ever for the one who have AI skills, we want to be able to help them to speed up their development process. That's why we create this tool, which is NanoEdge AI Studio. It's a tool which help every embedded developer to create from scratch optimized machine learning libraries. When I say libraries, it's a combination of machine learning model, hyperparameter, and preprocessing. So it helps every developer to go from the first step, which is data collection. It even gives some advices on the kind of data you should use, on the data rates, on the sampling rate, and so on. And it will benchmark thousands of combination of model preprocessing and hyperparameter to find the one which fit the best with your data and your pain points. Thanks to this tool, we are creating model from scratch in a matter of minutes, and we are optimizing the model. So it means that most of the model are just few kilobytes of RAM and flash. So you don't need to add an extra component to make let's say AI model run on your products. This tool is sensor agnostic, so you don't need to have any knowledge, any, let's say, expertise on TensorFlow, PyTorch, etc. And this tool, we are keeping this tool at the state of the art. So we are proposing NanoEdge AI Studio from now. It's existing for 4 years, more than 4 years, and we are releasing new version regularly to add new models and to keep it up to date. So we have more than 10 patents now, and one of them is really mind-blowing for me. It's the on-device learning capabilities. So to come back on the predictive maintenance application, we all know that for two similar tool equipment, even if on the datasheet they are the same, because the environment or because the way they are used, they will react quite differently, even if two same tool. And today, one of the big challenges in machine learning and AI and predictive maintenance is to have one model, generic model and static model, which is optimized and working fine for all the equipment. So here with the on-device learning, we can, without retraining the model on a PC, we can train it directly on the microcontroller. So the library starts with no knowledge, and we learn the behavior of this specific equipment to be able to fine-tune to this equipment and to reduce the amount of false positive and false negative. So this is quite mind-blowing for me. The fact that even a Cortex M0 based MCU can retrain a machine learning model. So today we have a lot of, let's say, we did a lot of progress on the on-device learning. We have a tolerance on abnormal signals, for example, to limit the impact on the model. We don't need extra memory because the samples used for the training are deleted and the knowledge remain. You can make incremental learning, so you will not forget the previous knowledge by adding some let's say, some new example by retraining the model. And today, one of the users of this feature from NanoEdge AI Studio is Watteco, for a long time ago. And I would like Pierre to give us quite a few words about that.
Yes, thank you, Pierrick. So I'm Pierre SAVARY, in charge of export sales at Watteco, and I'm here today to share you a testimonial of the use of the NanoEdge Studio from STMicro. So in fact, we use this studio to develop the Bob Assistant product. So if you can have a look to my camera, this is the Bob Assistant product. And so Bob Assistant is an IoT device that analyzes vibration to provide condition monitoring and predictive maintenance services. So it's not a new product, it's a mature product. We launched the first release more than 3 years ago. It's an IoT product because it communicates with LoRaWAN radio protocol. So with a very long battery lifespan, more than 4 years. And it's very, very easy to use and easy to deploy thanks to the NanoEdge Studio. So as an IoT device, as I said, it's really easy to install. Typically, thanks to magnets, you only have to put it on your machinery. And there is no wiring and no configuration. Bob Assistant is a vibration device. And in few words, to understand how Bob Assistant works and why there is no configuration. So in fact, during the first week of the life of the product, after you switch on the product, Bob will learn the vibration signature of your engine, of your pumps, of your rotating machinery. And so during 1 week, this is the learning session. After this first week, the device will switch to operating mode, and in fact, it will continue to monitor the vibration. It will sample the vibration every 5 minutes, and in fact, it will compare each samples to what it learned during the first week during the learning session. So at the end, the result of this comparison is a drift of vibration in percentage. So it's very easy to use, and finally, Bob Assistant is a tool for any kind of technician and maintenance team. It's not necessary to be an expert of vibration to use Bob Assistant, because in fact, you will simply receive some alarm if the drift reach some threshold. And so in that case, if you are the maintenance guy, you have to go to the machinery, to the engine, and to do your job of maintenance because you receive the alarm of Bob Assistant. So quickly, Bob Assistant could be used on pumps, HVAC system, turbines, gearboxes, any kind of mixer, centrifuge. So finally, all kinds of systems that generate vibrations. And so, as I said, Bob Assistant is a mature product. So every month, our customers deploy hundreds and hundreds of devices. For instance, currently we are deploying Bob Assistant in a global industrial bakery. In order to detect some clogging into some CVs where there is a lot of sale. So this is just an example. We also deploy a lot of Bob Assistant on wastewater plant, for instance. So thank you, Pierrick.
Thank you, Pierre. I think it's a really great example of aftermarket product allowing predictive maintenance on every kind of equipment and powered by AI and machine learning. Just one more thing. As a proof of our commitments, ST will publicly announce tomorrow that NanoEdge AI Studio will become completely free of charge to use to evaluate, but also to go in production at no cost with NanoEdge AI libraries. And this is one of many announcements that will be done tomorrow. So feel free to, if it's not the case yet, feel free to register to the ST AI Summits webcast on ST website. Thanks a lot. It's all for me.
Great. Thank you a lot, Pierrick and Pierre.